Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dazzie's Comic Book Hauls, episode 90. Yes, the big 90. And as we all know guys, it's tough trying to get books at the moment. We can't get out there to hunt. That's our bread and butter. So I've turned to eBay. I'm pretty happy with where my collection is right now. I'm being far more selective. But I've amassed 17 books and this is a good haul guys. There's some very good silver and bronze age in this haul. There's a lot of television spec. So let's get into it, because after all, a lot of us stuck indoors now, and what are we doing? We're turning to the television. And I've been binge watching a lot of Disney Plus. And as well as that, I had some of my older DVDs on. Been watching X-Men Evolution and the X-Men animated series. We all know how good those were. Well, first up, my first book guys is X Factor 65. And the reason I picked this up, I decided if they've appeared in animated or live action form, I'm going to try and hunt down all of the mutants. And this is the first appearance of the Dark Riders team and its members Tusk. Now Tusk was in X-Men Evolution. And then we had Gauntlet, who was in the X-Men animated series. It's also the first appearance of Foxbat, Synapse, Hard Drive and Barrage. I read this book today, pretty good stuff. They put up a bit of a fight against the X-Men, but were ultimately defeated. I paid £2.75 for this. Then, like I said, I've been watching Disney Plus. Now, unfortunately, it's not playing through my Xbox onto the large tellies. We've had to order in an Amazon Fire Stick, but we've been watching things on the tablet. I've been watching a lot of The Mandalorian with my daughter, which is fantastic. Been watching the animated Marvel shows myself, and today we even watched The Lion King live action. Great stuff. Me, my wife and my two boys. But like I said, I've been watching the Marvel animated series, and one series that really caught my eye and was a surprise hit for me was actually Marvel Rising. Now I was thinking this was a really kiddified cartoon, but not so much the case. And it introduced a lot of new modern characters to me that I've of course gone out and hunted down. The first one up, we have the New Warriors, issue number 7. And this is one of the more recent titles of the New Warriors. And this is the first appearance of Sheath. Now Sheath was one of the villains in the Marvel Rising show. She had like almost knives. She was a knife wielder. She had like a rather large ponytail. It was humongous actually. But she put up a good fight. I think she wore a green costume. And then as well as that, sorry, what did I pay for that one? I paid, £2.75 for that. Then we picked up Guardians of Nowhere, and this is issue number 3. And this is the first appearance of Hala, the Accuser, who was the main big bad in the Marvel Rising show. Hala the Accuser, obviously something along the lines of Ronan the Accuser. This is a Secret Wars, Warzones tie-in, and a nice Mike Diodato Jr. cover. Pretty impressive figure Hala was in the show, and she looks to have enough skills to take down most of the heroes. And this was a double bonus. I picked this book up because it's got one of the heroes from Marvel Rising in. But little did I know, because I've not been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that there is a live action Inhuman in this book too. And the book in question is Inhuman issue number 1. And I paid £2.99 for this. Now this is the first appearance and origin of Lash, who is an Inhuman, and like I said, appeared in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. But like I say, the reason I picked this up, this is the first appearance of a hero from the Marvel Rising show called Inferno, and that is Dante Pertuz. He was transformed by Terrigen Mists into a combustible Inhuman. And that is a Joe Mandora cover. Sorry, I paid £2.40 for the first appearance of Hala the Accuser. I like to see me prices. And sticking with like mutants, we've got Young X-Men issue number 1. This was a nice find, because this is the first appearance of Ink, who is Eric Gitter. And Inc. appeared in the X-Men Days of Future Past movie. He was one of the mutants who was led by, of course, Magneto. It's also the first appearance of the Young X-Men team and the first appearance of Leon Nunez. Like I say, a lot of these mutants only have small screen time, but if you're a completist like me, you go after them. And here's another one. This is the New Mutants issue number 2, and it's from my favourite artist, Joshua Middleton. Gorgeous cover there. But this is the first appearance of Anol, who is Victor Vic Borkowski. I think Anol is also known as Lizard Man, and he also appeared in X-Men The Last Stand movie. We've also got the first appearance of Hellion, who is Julian Keller. Mercury, who is Cecily Kincaid. Wallflower, who is Laurie Collins. And like I said, you can't go wrong with these stunners from Joshua Middleton. Definitely my favourite artist. And then we move on to a book that was recently optioned. Still sells well. What did I pay for this? £9.10. I stuck in a last minute bid and I got lucky because this is now a £15 to £20 book. It is a low printed book. It is from Image Comics, Coyote, issue number 1, guys. And this is an ultra-violent series about a young girl with a secret rooted in myth. I believe it's a werewolf story. I've not read it as yet. Now, there were only 13,215 of these books printed. So if it does become a big hit on the screen, this could be a long-term good winner. And this was optioned in February. Creator Sean Lewis tweeted that this property was optioned and in active development. Now, this next book, maybe I got caught up in a little bit of the hype, but you never know. There has been speculation that this character is going to be getting his own Sony film. Now, it's a bit of a character out of left field, really. But I made a hot comic book alert about this. This is Web of Spider-Man, issue number 19. And you got bang for your buck with this because there's a couple of key first appearances. Now, the main one is, and the reason I bought this, I paid £7.99 for this. Like I say, probably overspent, but if this gets a film, this is going to be a big book. This is the first appearance of Solo, who is James Bourne, an enemy of Spider-Man, who then becomes a turned ally. Like I said, Solo is meant to be getting his own movie, along with Manwolf. Now, it's also the first appearance of Humbug, who is Buck Mitty, who later mutated and was granted a mercy killing by Shang-Chi, who tore off his head. So who knows, with these Shang-Chi movies, might get to see Humbug as well. A book that's been on my radar for some time. I have the first appearance of this girl. She's getting her own TV show very soon. I've seen the trailer. It looks very impressive to me, anyway. It's coming to the Arrowverse on the CW. And I think she had a little cameo in the end post-credits of the Crisis recent crossover. Like I said, I've got the first appearance, and that was in Stars and Stripes issue 0. But the next big book from this character, and it's Stargirl, is JSA All-Stars issue number 4. Now, this is where Courtney Whitmore, the Star-Spangled Kid, becomes Stargirl. So you need both Stars and Stripes issue 7, the first appearance of Courtney Whitmore, and then this one, where she becomes Stargirl. I paid £7.50 for that, which is not a bad price, because I can only see that book going up when the show hits. And talking of shows, like I say, Disney Plus, enjoying it. Been binge watching the Clone Wars with my boy Ethan. Been watching the Mandalorian with my daughter. Everything Star Wars right now is hot, hot, hot. And I made, I think I made a hot book alert about this character. Yeah, maybe I didn't. But I know I was round about on this Mandalorian series, because this is a book that could garner good coin down the line. The book in question, due to the Mandalorian, is Star Wars Kanan, the Last Padawan. Now, there were all kinds of reports coming out about the Mandalorian, and that is all to do with the Rebels. Yeah, the animated Rebels series. Now, first up, we've got rumour that Sabine Wren, a Mandalorian warrior, is going to be coming to the fold along with Ahsoka, and I recently said that Captain Rex is apparently also on his way. It's also the first cameo appearance of Ezra Bridger. Now, he has been talked up. I've seen casting reports where they're looking for a 16 to 17-year-old Asian actor to play Ezra. And now we are also getting talk, of course, that Kanan Jarrus, and this is his first appearance in this book. Here's Kanan, of course, is also going to be, whether he's going to be in The Mandalorian or he is going to be getting his own spin-off. Time will tell, but I think you can't go wrong with this book. This is, like I said, Kanan, The Last Padawan, issue number 1. And this comes from Marvel. It's a lovely Mark Brooks cover, and it was a fantastic read. It really was. I read that today. And talking of books I've read, following on with issue 1, we have issue 6 of the same title, Star Wars The Last Padawan. And this is the first full appearance of Sabine Wren and the first full appearance of Ezra Bridger. So 2 good books there, guys. I believe, in particular, issue 1. I think it's just a matter of time before we see some of those rebels. We've seen that Ahsoka's been cast, why not? And then we're into my last pile of books, and this is some nice Bronze and Silver Age, guys. And like I said, I've been watching the Hulk Agents of Smash a lot. That's a really good show. One of the best animated characters has to be the Red Hulk. And I'm sure, I haven't checked, but I'm sure he's played by the actor who played the bad guy in the Highlander movie. There could be only one Highlander. There's a really good role of Red Hulk. If you haven't watched that Hulk Agents of Smash, you think of it as a kid's cartoon, but there's some good moments in it. And it's showcasing a lot of the Hulk characters. But this character hasn't been showcased, but it's a character in my encyclopedia, and this is a character that appeared in the Incredible Hulk movie, and that was the first introduction of the Hulk into the MCU. It was where Abomination was the bad guy. And this is such a gorgeous copy. All right, I paid £22.58. Maybe I overpaid, but this is very, very high grade. Could be an 8, could be an 8.5, could even be a 9. It's from the Bronze Age. I've got Incredible Hulk issue 131. If you don't believe me, guys, look at it. There's not a mark on the spine. Crystal clear, guys. This is the first appearance of James Wilson, Hulk's sidekick. And like I said, he was in the first Hulk movie, where Tony Stark actually turned up. That was with the Abomination. Well, the first MCU Hulk. Of course, there was another Hulk prior to that. This is a book that absolutely presents like it is a 9+. And I didn't read the small writing because it's sadly detached at one staple. But even still, it's a gorgeous looking book. I paid 20 quid for it. Would I have paid if I had known about the staple? I don't know, because it presents so darn well. I've never seen a cover that looks so nicely. This is getting a lot of heat at the moment because this character is apparently going to be in WandaVision. The book in question, Fantastic Four, issue 94. The first appearance of Agatha Harkness, Franklin Richards' nanny and a mentor to Scarlet Witch. And it's also the first appearance of Ebony, Agatha's cat, who turns into a demon-like creature. And I'm sure we'll see that character as well. Also, the first mention of Franklin Richards in this issue. But guys, look at this. Sharp corners. Such a shame. There's not a tick on it. These corners are sharp. Absolutely stunning book. But like I said, sadly, off one. I think it's the bottom staple it is off of. So, I don't know. Without that damage, it's probably a 9.0. Now, I've seen books with detached that can be as high as a 4.0. I'm saying that this is going to be around about a 3.5. Because, like I say, it's a 9, I think. Other than that, back cover is equally as impressive. Now, here's a couple of books, and I was delighted to pick these up. This one in particular has been on my radar for ages, and this guy on eBay, he had a load of old Action comics he was listing, and I was following a lot of them. And the main book I wanted, I got. These are 10-cent Action comics, and 2 pretty good keys, I believe. The first up, I ended up with postage paying £7.97. It's probably about a 3.0. That's good enough for me. It's on his staples, as Dazzie says. We have Action Comics issue 263. Like I say, we got issues. There's a bit of writing here. There's a little bit of chipping. Where is it? Up here. But I cleaned it up. This was filthy dirty. And it presents well. But why is this a key, guys? I've seen it in many an animated film and show. This is the first appearance and origin of Bizarro World. Quality. I saw it in a recent superhero Lego movie too. So a bit of fun. I'll probably never own the first Bizarro, but I got the first Bizarro World. And at a good price. And like I said, I picked up 2 of the issues, and this issue I was really keen to get. There is going to be at some point a Super Pets animated movie. I watched the Titans, and obviously I'll never be able to afford the first appearance of Crypto. I don't think, anyway, unless Carby Tony can deliver for me. But I went for the next best thing. I picked up Action Comics issue 261, the first appearance of the legend, that is Streaky the Cat. Oh my days, what a legend. I graded this at about a 3.5. Again, it was filthy. Again, I've cleaned it up. I ended up paying £15.04 for this. And Streaky has been seen in the Supergirl TV show. He doesn't have his powers, but he's definitely there, Streaky. It's also the first appearance of Ex-Kryptonite, the first appearance of Big Bob Kruger, Marzol, and Rahul. But it's all about Streaky. And this, like I say, it's not a bad looking book. Not bad at all, guys. So, yeah, happy to have that for 15 quid. And 2 books to go, and they're big boy books. Been wheeling and dealing. I'm very happy where my collection is at the moment, so I'm not overspending. I'm being very selective. But if I see a big issue for cheap, I'm all over it. Now, this is a book that was listed for £4.99 starting bids. And I think there was 1 bid, and I just went over the top of the bid, and I offered 30 quid. And he accepted. I was very surprised, actually. Now, don't get me wrong, this is far from perfect. It's in that 3-point range, but it's a big key issue. It's got a bit of a tear where the Comics Code label is. But with shipping, £32.50, I ended up getting one of my favourite series, Brave and the Bold, issue number 60. Yay! I love the Titan show, guys. Love the Titan show. And this is the first appearance of Wonder Girl, Donna Hinckley Stacey Troy. Now, it's also the first appearance of a villain called the Separated Man. It was Jake Trask. It was such a fun issue. It's the second appearance of the Teen Titans team. The team name Teen Titans is coined in this issue. Now, the Teen Titans next appear as a group in Showcase issue 59. And I love me some Showcase. But, like I say, it's got issues, guys. It's got a bit of a... Well, I wouldn't say it's terrible. We got a bit of a crease down here. Now, like I say, there is a tear that goes down to about there. But the pictures showed that this wasn't even connected. So it was a nice surprise to get that like that. And like I say, on both staples, happy enough. The first appearance of Wonder Girl for 30 quid, basically. And my last book, guys, delighted to have this. This is an issue that I knew I was upgrading at some point. I think it was the early last year. I picked up this coverless because it is a huge book. Coverless for £4.99. You know, if they're big keys, guys, I am not afraid to pull the trigger for under 20 quid. I will buy a coverless book if I think it's the only way I'm going to afford it at the time. Now, this is a book that is regularly well over £100. And I was even looking for facsimile covers because I didn't think I would get one for under 100, and I didn't want to pay over 100. But one appeared at $69.99, and that was Buy It Now. I know the seller. I offered 60. He took it. The book in question that I got for 60 quid all in is my favourite series, Showcase 37. Yes, the first appearance of the Metal Men team and its members. Iron, gold, lead, mercury, platinum and tin. It's also the first appearance of Dr. Magnus, William Maxwell Magnus, and the first appearance of Henry Caspar. And of course the Metal Men have been in so many animated shows, so a good addition. Showcase issue 37, very early book. I think I have Showcase 34, possibly my earliest one. I could be wrong, but I've got the first appearance of the Atom as well. I'm slowly knocking off these Showcase keys, guys. Again, it's got issues, of course it has. But it's on its staples, as Dazzie said. Now the back cover, there's a bit of a tape pull. But as long as that front cover presents nicely for me, I'm all over it. Like I said, I've read this issue with my coverless coffee, and it's a great issue. That's Showcase 37, guys. That is my 17 bucks. Thanks so much for everybody that watches my content. Here's my sponsors. We've got Iron Fist and The Flash. Just watched The Crisis, actually. Flash met Flash. That was quite interesting. But like I say, thanks to everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do so. It means the world to me. I'm currently at a world record 806. There's a lot more content where this come from, guys. I'm getting creative. I'm even going to be showing off some Star Wars toys soon. That's Daz over now. Bye for now.